Okay, hi everyone. In this video, I will discuss about control structure, which is a selection control structure. The second control structure in this syllabus. Okay, the first one is sequentials, second one is selection, the third one is repetition. So in this topic, for chapter 4, we will look into a selection control structure. For selection control structure, it has like three types of selections. Okay, one-way selections, two-way selections, and another one is a nested. Nested means that they have selections inside the selection. They have another selections. That is what we call as nested. Okay, so first we want to look what is a one-way selections. Okay, it says here one-way selection is one branch of the selections to a do-nothing branch. Okay, for example, we have if it is raining, then take umbrella. So it's only one option. That is what it means by one-way selections. Okay, so means that there is only one options for that. Or if employee belongs to a dental plan, then deduct 40 ringgit from employee gross pay. So that is another examples of one-way selections. Selection is normally deal with options. When the problems they have an options, then we need to use a selections. Okay, so this is the flowchart of selections. Okay, this is we have learned this before in the previous topic too. So for selections, normally we'll have a shape like a diamond here. Okay, so diamond will indicate options. Okay, normally we put a word kinds of equations. So is it raining? So if yes, what would we do? Okay, so yes, this is the action taken. If it is not raining, so what is it? So what we're going to do, okay? But for one-way selections, we normally deal with a yes part only, if it is rain. But if it's not raining, we do nothing. So that is what it's meant by one way. So we only cater when the situation is true. The situation is true. In this case, it is raining. Yes, it is raining. So what we need to do? Take an umbrella. So if it is not raining, what we do? We do nothing. So that is one way. We only cater one situations. Okay. All right. Okay, for one-way selections, the syntax of one-way selection is we put if is a keyword. Okay, in a code, when you want to write a code for C++, if is a keyword. Okay, so then inside in the bracket here is an expression. So need to be in bracket. Okay, in this bracket. Expression must be in bracket. What happened if you forgot or you didn't put the bracket? When you compile the program, it will say compile error. Okay, so the syntax here, the rules here is after if is expressions, so expressions must be inside bracket. Okay, so inside bracket. After that is a statement. Okay, it's a statement. Statement normally you will end it with a semicolon. What semicolon? Dot and comma. That is semicolon. Every statement. But after the if statement on the first line here, you don't need to put semicolon. It is wrong. Okay, after if statement, don't put semicolon. It is wrong. Only after a statement that you need to put a semicolon. So this is the syntax for if statement. What is expressions? Expressions indicate conditions. For example, I want age greater than 21. So what will I do if the condition age greater than 21 is true? Okay, if age is greater than 21, then I print here, I want to print I am adult, for example. Okay, so this is the statement. Okay, I am adult, Cout diagonal dot is a statement. Okay, statement can be anything. Can be a cout statement, can be an input statement, cin, or can be a calculations, a formula. Okay, so statement can be anything. Alright, so this is what we call as expressions. So expression normally using a Boolean expression, a logical expression as the one inside the expression. So you can have like when age not equals to 20 also can. This is also an expression. So expression normally use operator. Can be logical operator, can be relational operator. Relational operator like this one, greater than, less than, greater or equals, that relational operator. Okay, so normally expression will use that kind of operator. Okay, statement is executed if the value of the expression is true. So the statement underneath the if expressions will be executed only if the expression is true. When the condition that you put in the expression is true, only then it will be executed. If the conditions is false, the expression is false, then nothing will be done. So you will not see any output for the one if expression, one if statement, one-way statement, one-way selections. Okay. Statement is bypassed if the value is false. Program goes to the next statement. Okay, it goes to the next statement if it exists. If not, then it will do nothing. So that is what it means by one-way if selections. Okay. The expression is sometimes called a decision maker because it decides whether to execute the statement that follow it or not. So normally this is used when the answer is yes or no. So you use one way. Sometimes called decision maker, yes or no. Okay, then you use one way if. The statement following the expression is sometimes called the action statement. The statement follow the if statement is called action statement. Like example we give previously, I am a dog. So what happened if the condition is true? Okay, say print out or display I am a dog. That is action to be taken if the condition is true. The expression is usually a logical expression. Okay, the statement is any C++ statement. Say any C++, like I said, you can be cout, you can be cin, you can be a calculations. Okay, any statement. If is a reserved word. Okay, if is a reserved word. So when it is a reserved word, you cannot use it for a variable names or constants name. Yeah. Okay, another example here. The conditions here, test score greater than or equals to 80. So in the code, it looks like greater than or equals to 80. Okay, this is the expressions or the conditions. Okay, so if it's true, if the test is true, what would you do? What action to be taken? Print, cout, you are a student. You are a student. If false, you do nothing. You do nothing. Okay. How am I going to know whether it is true or false? Before you can evaluate this statement, the conditions, user need to actually enter the value for test score. Only then you can use this test score to check whether it is greater or equals to 80 or not. Means that you need to have that information before you can go to the conditions statement. This condition statement means that you need to have this test score value first. Either you ask the user to key in or you have it in your database. Okay. So that is the example of a one-way if. Okay. That is the flowchart previously. So how does it looks like when it comes to the C++ code? So of course, as we learn in the chapter 1 and chapter 2, I always remind you to do an input process output. So any input and output need to be declared. In this case, you need to declare the test score. Okay, so test score get test score input. So get test score input, you can get it from Cin. You ask a user to input, or you can just write it here. Write the value directly here also can. It depends on what are the user requirement. Okay, so in exam or in test, normally it will tell you whether you have to write the value or you have to prompt the user to enter a value. So take note on that one. If they ask you to prompt it from user, then you have to use Cin. If they said that the value is 90, then you just write it down. Test score equals to 90. So if you already got the value 90 here, then you do the checking. Okay, if test score greater or equals to 80, okay, what would you do? See out, you are a student. See out, thank you. Okay, so here you see that after the if statement, there are one statement here, means that this statement will be only printed, the cout will be only printed or displayed when this condition is true. What if I put a test score 10? My test score is 10. So when I go to this if test score greater or equals to 80, so my test score is 10. So is this statement true or false? It is false because 10 is smaller than 80. So will this statement will be executed? The cout? No, cout will not be executed. It will only print cout. This thank you. So the output will be only thank you. Okay. Means that there is only one statement here. But if you want to put more statement under the if, means that you want to print more instead of just you are an A student, and then you want to print another statement saying that you are excellent, you are awesome, means that you want to print some more. Okay, you are excellent. Okay, so how? If you want to have a more than one statement under these if conditions, you need to put it in bracket. You need to put it in bracket. So this is what we call a block. Block of statement means that all of this block is belong to this if. Okay, but in this case, in this example, if you can see, the cout for thank you is on the same line as if, where the cout for you are an A student is a bit indentation. The indentation is a bit on the right, so it means that there is only one statement under that if. Okay, that is how you look into this programming C++. It means that the indentation is very important to know that which statement belong to which expressions. Okay, all right. So if you want to have more statement, then put it in the bracket. Okay. In this example, they said that following C++ program, find the absolute value of an integer. What is absolute value? Absolute value is the positive number of that integer. If I say that -1, what is the absolute value? It is 1. Okay, so it means that the positive value for that integer. Okay, so this is a must, include IOStream because you are using Cin and cout, and then you have to write your integer main. Okay, you have to declare a number, temporary number. So line 1, please enter an integer. So then here you need to enter a number. So in this case, they enter negative 6734. Okay, end line. End line means that it will print the output for next one will be on the next line. So it will not continue following the first cout. Okay, means that the next cout will be on another line. That is the purpose of cout end line. Yeah. If you didn't put this end line, means that the cout, the next cout here on the down here after in the if statement, it will print directly after the first cout. Means that there is no new line. Yeah. Okay, so declare any number that you write, you will assign it to temp. Means that in your memory location, first you declare number. So you see in number, user enters 6374, and then you declare temp. When you declare temp, you say that anything inside the number, you will assign it to temp. So means that your temp now got negative 6734 as well. Okay, now you want to check if number is less than 0, number equals to minus 6, negative number. Okay, so what does it mean? You want to make it become a positive value. So see out line 7, the absolute value of temp. So this is the original number that you enter because the original number is negative. You already stored it in your temp. So now you want to print it back. Okay, here please enter the integer number. Okay, the line. Okay, the absolute value for negative here. This is where you print your time. Okay, negative is, so is what is number. So number, what is number? Number is negative number, which is negative 6734. So it become 6734. So it print 6734 underneath here. Okay, all right. So this is how you write your code, okay, for the if statement. So this statement, the if statement will check for whether the number is negative or not. So how to know the number is negative is by doing expressions number less than 0. Any number that less than 0 is a negative number. Okay, another example here is consider the following statement. If score is greater or equals to 90, grade equals to 8. This is char. Char will have a single quote. So it says here syntax error. Why? Okay, why is it syntax error? Because after if, the expression must be in bracket. It must be in bracket. Okay, consider the following C++. So you must put it in a bracket and a grade A. So only then it is true. It compiled correctly. Okay, in my next video, I will discuss about two-way selections.